If you've ever worked with a marketing agency and they started off well, getting results, leads, booked appointments, but then all of a sudden results kind of fizzled out, right? And they never seem to come back to where they were at the very beginning. Or if you swapped through agencies and you just repeated the same cycle over and over again, or even with your own campaigns, maybe you started campaigns, you started running your own ads for med spa clients, for med spa patients, and you notice that they start off well and then they just taper off, or even worse, and I'll leave it at this. You started ads and they never even took off in the first place. You never got results with Facebook ads. Well, then one of the reasons why this happens is a copyright and psychological principle with a marketing principle of the 5 stages of awareness. Okay. So there are 5 stages of awareness in which clients find themselves. And this is the reason why. A lot of marketers and a lot of business owners never achieve success with social media ads or with ads in general, because they do not understand how this concept works. So I'm going to do my best to explain it to you right now, based on my experience of having spent now more than $10 million in ads across all social media platforms, you name them, for big, large consumer brands, Bacardi, Bombay, Snapchat, LinkedIn, you name it, as well as over 60 med spas in the last 12 months alone, and delivered thousands of booked appointments, tens of thousands of leads, and generally just getting a feel for how to integrate copywriting principles and psychological and persuasive principles from other industries into the local business space that is med spa. Okay. And so here's the thing. In a nutshell, fundamentally what happens is people in your area, if you draw a 10-mile radius around your med spa, people are probably in the range of 500 to 1 million people, 500,000 to 1 million people, depending on whether you're in an urban area or at a more, out of the city kind of area, right? Now, these people find themselves in one of these 5 stages of awareness when it comes to the services that you have in your med spa to promote and to sell to them. They're either unaware, meaning they're unaware that they have a desire or a problem or even need to solve that problem. And newsflash, most of the people are in this space. Okay. 80%, 90% of the people who you could potentially ever market and sell to and service are unaware that they have a problem in the first place. Then there's problem aware, the ones who then, you guessed it, become aware that they have a problem in the first place, such as, Susie one day realizes that she would like to lose more pounds. She would like to lose a few kilograms. She would like to contour her belly after a pregnancy, whatever the reason may be. Okay. But she doesn't yet know that there is a specific solution to it, or she doesn't know what solutions there are. Then she goes into solution aware, meaning now she knows that there is a solution, but she doesn't quite know which of these, which product or which company can actually solve that for them. And so next, she starts researching. She finds a bunch of med spas in her areas, while she finds a bunch of other treatments online as well. Those are indirect competitors to med spas. But then she looks at a bunch of med spas and she basically decides, she basically knows that she wants to get her problem solved. She's just not sure which of these med spas she's going to choose. And then there's most aware. They know that you exist as a service, as a company, and what you do, but they haven't gotten around to purchasing it yet. Maybe they think it's too expensive, or maybe they still have any questions. Maybe they're not sure how it works, if it would work for them. Whatever there is, it's stopping them, or simply they haven't gotten around to it because they haven't had time to do it, right? To prioritize it. Now, when it comes to marketing and when it comes to running ads and when it comes to creating offers in order to attract people in this catchment of 500,000 to 1 million people that are in your vicinity, it is absolutely crucial to understand that what most med spas and what marketing agencies do is they go after the most aware. Now, there's a reason for that. The most aware market is the one that knows that they have to do something about the problem. They know there's a solution, they know there's a product. They just need a little impulse. And that's why you see a lot of these kinds of ads. You see a lot of ads on price, discounts on price, introductory treatments, a combination of treatments together, a little special, a one-off kind of thing. These are great offers for a very small segment of the market. The segment who is most aware, the one who needs like a little push to get in there. And they work, don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for those ads. But if you've ever run those ads and they died out, one of the reasons why they died out is just because they ran out of people who were aware and ready to buy. And so bear in mind this thing. There is a pyramid, like I was saying, the ones that are ready to buy now, 3%, they're the ones who are also mostly aware. The ones that are open to buying, well, they're still marketable, but then from here, it really gets tricky. Now, here's a caveat. I'll be the first to admit that when you go to these stages of awareness, it actually becomes hard to market. It becomes expensive in both money and time. These are costly resources because you have to educate, you have to make people aware, you have to make them problem aware, you have to tell them that the solution, explain it to them. And that's why most people shy away from going there. But you don't have to go there. This is not a binary decision, it's an all or nothing kind of thing. It's just a matter of nuances. So instead of just going to the ready to buy now, you may go to the ones who are kind of open. So you don't actually have to go all the way down to unaware. Sometimes it's enough to just go down one level. Sometimes you may need to go down two levels. Whichever way you're going to choose, you're still way better off than staying into the most aware. Now, the reason why people don't go there is because it's hard, or just because they themselves are not aware, pun intended. They don't realize that there is a way to attract people who are not potentially ready yet, right? And so everyone is chasing that immediate return. Everyone is chasing that immediate lead, the booked appointment. But people don't build their businesses and their campaigns to scale. And I know this because we've spoken to hundreds of med spas at this point, and there's a trend there for the ones who are constantly hopping med spas marketing agencies, or they keep finding success and they lose it because their ads are just not built for scale. They're not built to expand into the entire kind of market, into the entire total addressable market. That's the name for it. And so I've put together a bunch of videos here and examples of what it really looks like to speak into those different levels of awareness. By the way, whenever you see those clickbaity sort of ads on the side of Google, old banners, interstitial banners, things that say things like, you won't believe this, doctors hate her, she found the cure for whatever. Those are typically very curiosity driven. Those are typically the ones that go into the unaware stage, because if someone doesn't realize that they have a problem yet, then you cannot really tell them, hey, do you want to know how to destroy your fat? They don't think that there's a problem. Instead, curiosity types of angles work better there. So for example, the best gift you can give yourself, taking care of you. I actually love that a lot, because I think when it comes to someone who doesn't think that they have a problem, someone who doesn't really resonate with the fact that they could lose a few pounds, they could improve their health, their look, their confidence, well, something like this can actually work on them. The best gift you can give yourself, taking care of you. I haven't thought of that. I had not thought of that. Now I am, right? And there begins a journey. Now, to be clear, you don't actually have to go through these steps one by one. It is absolutely possible to get someone from unaware straight into most aware. It's absolutely possible to get someone from here to here in just one video. And so the other examples here are, ever wonder what cryo can do for your body? Okay, again, kind of unaware. Now I'll caveat this by saying that the very fact that these are videos showing what the machine does, that's obviously another dimension of how these ads communicate. And so these are not just unaware, they're of course problem aware as well. They suggest, at least in this one, they suggest that there is potentially a bit of excess fat that you may want to get rid of. It depends, subject to to everyone's opinion, really. In this one, it's a bit more unclear, because this person doesn't look like they would need to lose fat, but maybe they need to tighten skin. Maybe they need to treat some pain, because it just so happens is a good treatment for pain as well, for pain management. And so this is where we start talking into the solution as well, which is, here's what you want to solve. You want to tighten your face, you want to lift your chin, use saggy jowls, whatever that may be. But there's heat in this thing, so it's helping with my collagen. So this says not only is there muscle stimulation here, there's also heat. It's helping with my collagen production. How cool is that? How cool is that as an angle? It really speaks volumes about how and why an ad like this would be incredibly I wanted to say incredibly excellent in its performance, because we actually have data from proven ad and offers from over 20 states. We're talking $20,000 of monthly testing budget. This is how much we spend in testing, in running ads for our med spa partners. And this is a banger. This ad works extremely well. There's another example here, a hook that speaks into the problem, getting my fat destroyed, into the solution as well. All of these because they're branded, because they belong to your med spa when you're running them. And by the way, you should absolutely run your own content, especially this week, more so than ever, because if you're watching the AI developments and news, ChatGPT just made it extremely simple and easy to generate very, very good quality videos and images. And they're not the first ones to do it, but ChatGPT is the most well-known. And so you can expect the market and the Facebook ads library to get completely flooded with images and with generic videos. And so right now, this is your line of defense against that authenticity in the era of ChatGPT, in the era of AI. So basically, run your own videos, make your own videos. It's easy. It doesn't matter what you film them on. You can do it on an iPhone. Just get a good take, a couple of good shots. Make sure your place looks exclusive, luxurious, if that's what you're going for in terms of markets, and put some hooks on them, put some headlines on them, get some curiosity, watch your metrics. Generally speaking, our idea here is what we're trying to do is we're trying to drive the cost to deliver these ads, to show these ads to strangers, to as low as humanly possible, because then the volume will be way higher. Then we also make sure that the engagement is extremely high with these hooks, with these headlines, with the copywriting principles behind it, which I'm not going to go into detail in this particular video. And those dimensions are what make the click-through rate, people who see an ad versus the ones they click on it, go through the roof. Think 5% if you know your metrics inside the Facebook ads library. And if you don't worry about it. Just make sure that you're getting leads in extremely cheaply, and then start adding friction to that. Start adding layers of qualification questions, surveys, forms. Move away from a Facebook lead form into a landing page. Run a survey into a landing page. Add a video in there explaining the process further, and really get high quality leads from it. So this is basically where I'm going to wrap the video of today. Just to make you aware that if you have not had much success with Facebook ads, for whatever reason, you've generated leads that don't, if you generated any leads in the first place, maybe you haven't even gotten leads. But if you did get leads and they don't pick up the phone, they don't book. When they book, they don't put deposits. And if they put a deposit, even if they do, they come in and they just want the one offer, the limited special, the 50% discount, and then they never buy again. One of the reasons why this has happened is the quality of those people. And it's hard to find good quality people when you're fighting with everyone else in the same little pool. Whereas when you go into these other spaces, they're the so-called blue oceans. It's where other marketing may not have reached yet. You may have to work harder or smarter for them, but the returns are 100% worth. The juice is worth the squeeze in this case. So I hope this is useful. If you want an entire breakdown of how we generate appointments for our clients and how we generate patients that show up pre-sold, pre-qualified, and tied down with a deposit, I have an entire breakdown of our process in a video that goes into detail about everything that you're seeing on the screen right now, from lead generation to qualification to nurturing to self-bookings to the unique types of funnels that we run, to the back-end sales setting and sales systems, to the show-up processes and everything else in between. So if you want it, just click on the link in the bio. I'll send it to you. And this is limited to only a few med spas who are serious about wanting to get to 50K per month, 100K per month in the next quarter. Virtually, some of these implementations can change the trajectory of your spa overnight. And so if you want it, again, link in the bio. Thank you for your time. And until next time, see your success.